Hey folks, this is Matt Rainwater, and today we're going to be reading Trailer Park Warlock episode 36. And this episode's titled Bobcat Dreams. We are going back to Jake, who is, of course, a bobcat right now in the story, and we are going to experience his celebration dinner after having survived the night of wildcats. So let's get started and see where this goes. Schnarf, nyum. Good night, mighty Dan. Crunch, nyum. Rest well, hungry Leah. Urf. So there are other cats in Jacques Pointu's estate. Smack, crunch. Bon appetit, quiet Henry. Last but not least, a champion's portion for my victorious little baker. Meow, meow. Yum, munch, yum. A lot of meat. Rest well, little baker. You've had a big day today. Cosette! 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 Ah, Cosette. There you are, my darling. And how was your evening? And so now we cut back over to Jake, who is stuffed. Stuffed to the gills, as they say. And in a food coma, it would appear. Erp. I like this. This is one of my favorite facial expressions so far. We zoom in on Jake's eyes. Little baker. Mon petit chat. Rest well, little baker. Hey, Jake, how's it going? What'll it be, Jake? Hey, Mr. Baker, what you doing? Yo, Jake, how's it going, man? Jake, boy, wake up! And so now we find ourselves looking at a seemingly younger Jake, longer hair. He's got his old Colorado Rock Slides hat, right, which was burned at the beginning of the season, and smoking, and driving his truck. And it looks like his truck used to have an antenna from the looks of it. Vroom, rumble, crack. And he's driving into Pointu's estate. Vroom. Psh. He's putting out the cigarette, closes the gate, and takes these groceries into the house. Sorry it took so long, Mr. Pointu. Getting over that I-10 was a pain in the ass. Holy! And so he looks like he drops all of his groceries that he was carrying. By the way, I-10 is a reference to the bridge, the main bridge that gets you into Baton Rouge from going east-west on the I-10. Anyway, a little trivia right there. Crash. Ah, hell. This is going to come on my pay, ain't it? A miserable human would do you wrong, no? All is forgiven, Baker. Snap. For there is la magie. To be continued. A shorter episode today. So we get to see Pointu a little bit younger and before his more drunken, disheveled state as we were first introduced to him. We're clearly having something of a flashback here. And you'll notice this owl has a little hair flip like Hampton. We'll get more into that later. Until then, let me say a few more things, since this is supposed to be a commentary, right? I think the art in this episode is pretty consistently good overall. I like this design. I feel like every time I look at it, because I've looked over at it a couple of times, I feel like the art for this particular panel is a little bit crunchy. I've actually been doing a lot of life drawing recently to hone in on some of my anatomy skills, and I've noticed, especially in these earlier seasons, and I think I might still be doing it even in season 3, a lot of the characters tend to be like a little bottom heavy in that their feet tend to be very big, legs tend to be like wider than they probably should be. Now, granted, in this panel in particular, Pointu's wearing boots, and I don't think it's an issue. Yeah, it's not really an issue with any of these panels with Jake. Like, I like this pose is really good. I'm a little bit surprised. Sometimes I find myself surprised by my older art that, I mean, you know, it's not all perfect. Like this hand, Jake's hand right here is kind of wonky. It's a little bit big if you compare it to this, to his other hand that's putting out the cigarette. But also the fingers are just like not, a little too wacky looking. That's something that I was thinking about a lot as I was just reading through this. Although I like, you know, like I like panels like this. This is pretty good overall. Just thoughts that I'm having while reading over it. Of course, I also on the bonus, or not the bonus, the positive side, the positive end. Starting with this episode, we really start to dive deep right into the characters in Pointu's estate and the character Jacques Pointu himself. And I'm getting excited about that because I want to go back over it, and I remember writing it very fondly. So we will get more into that next episode. Until then, if you want to follow me on social media, you can do so. On Twitter, it's at MattJRainwater. Instagram, at MatthewRainwater. Patreon.com. It's patreon.com/MattJRainwater. And if you're enjoying these videos, please be sure to like them. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love it if you could. Until then, though, I hope you're having a good one, and we will talk again soon. Okay? See ya. Bye.